Years ago, I was learning to fly jet aircraft. It was my only second flight. My instructor was an Italian Air Force major, an experienced fighter pilot with thousands of hours in the cockpit. I was paying attention, obviously, to every word he said. We climbed about 14,000 feet into the practice area, and for the next 30 minutes, it was incredible. Loops, barrel rolls, split S maneuvers, aileron rolls. Every maneuver a young pilot dreams about flying. Eventually, we headed back to the base. Descending towards the runway, everything looked routine. We entered the traffic pattern about 1,000 feet above the ground. I looked over and immediately knew something was wrong. The major had become violently sick. He was convulsing, still trying to fly the airplane. The jet began to porpoise, pitching up, then down, then up again, at only 1,000 feet. There wasn't much room for mistakes. Then he looked at me and through his oxygen mask said, "Your aircraft." In that instant, he relinquished piloting command to me. I took the controls, leveled the wings, stabilized the airplane. Then I reached down and switched my oxygen regulator to 100%. I knew if I breathed what he was breathing, there was a good chance we'd both become incapacitated. A second later, he ripped off his oxygen mask and everything he'd been holding back exploded into the cockpit. It was everywhere. The instruments, the canopy, my flight suit, everything. Somehow, we landed safely. We taxied to the ramp. The crew chief walked toward the airplane. I climbed out, covered from head to toe. The major climbed out on the other side, wrapped his flight jacket around himself, walked over to me, and with complete seriousness said, "Lieutenant Bobo, go tell the commander I went home sick." So I did. I walked into the commander's office, still wearing a flight suit covered in vomit. I told him exactly what had happened. He laughed so hard, he could barely catch his breath. I thought the story was over. I couldn't have been more wrong. Part 2 tomorrow.